Hello, I'm Stanzi and welcome to my house. Please subscribe, and if you like this video, remember to hit the like button. Today I'm creating this back to school look, and not really much more to say than keep watching. It's a chatty one, that I can say. Keep watching to see how I got this. Look. We're starting with a clean face. I have been using brow tint, just so you know. I used it last week and this is the second week I'm using it because I liked it. So that saves. It keeps for about 1 week for me. So I use brow tint so I won't have to do my brows. I've already placed the BB cream from Garnier that I always use on my eyes because that's the one I find is the best one. For, you know, giving me a more neutral look. The sun is coming in and out of clouds, I can't change that, so we're rolling with this. I am doing, as I hope I've already said in the introduction, back to school look. This one is very simple. I think I'll be filming 3, at least 2, with different sort of grades of, well, not necessarily complexity, but with more or less makeup. This one is very simple, so it's a clean base. Moisturizer, CC cream, if you have any you like, use that, but otherwise it's just applying makeup on your face as is, so no foundation or anything like that. Let's get on with it. I usually start with my eyes and that is what I'm going to do. I'm starting with one of my favorite palettes from Makeup Store. I like it because it's very easy, you know, to create natural looks. Here. Now, if you're my complexion or a bit darker, well, if you're darker than me, I would say go for that one. But for my complexion, I'm going for this one, and if you're paler than me, then definitely start with that one. But since I am sort of, well, I'm tanned now, but I'm also, I can't remember what the name of my foundation now. It's usually around the honey and cinnamon and caramel. So if you have any sort of idea on tone after those guidelines I just gave you, then you know sort of the range I have. Yeah, so I just pack that pale shade which I showed you on the upper half of my eyes down to the crease, but not below the crease. I've done both my eyes now. I have a scar there that is drying up, so we'll have to ignore that fact. Hopefully you don't have any scars. Now I am going in with this one. I'm putting this one right above my crease, a bit on the crease as well, but usually I'm going to try and concentrate it right above my crease. So I am going to try and create sort of a more deeper shadow where my crease is. That's the idea anyway. You see that? So it's just sort of on the crease and above it where I'm concentrating it, but not moving any higher than at least the depth of my brush for height. So not up here, just keeping it down. The brush I am using is from Makeup Store and it is 710 shading angle brush. I like shading brushes and blending brushes for my eyes because I have quite sensitive eyes, so when there is sort of during the day fallout from the eyeshadow, my eyes get really watery and then there is no point in putting on makeup when it's running away. So with blending brushes, it's just, since you're taking away excess of shadow when you're using these brushes, so it sort of gets dispersed and distributed better instead of packed on top of each other, the colors and shades, that is. So that's why I use these kinds of brushes. Different kinds of eyes, different kinds of skin, different kinds of brushes, different kinds of shades, all of that factor in, of course. So use the brushes that you find work for you, but for me at least this is what I have found works best. if you want to go for a softer look, you can now go back to this one and put this one all over the lid. And then eyeliner or mascara and lips and some blush and you're done. I'm going for a bit more colour, but it's still going to be quite muted, at least for my kind of makeup. So the brush I'm using now, I'm switching it to a blender wide. The number is 708. It's a limited edition, so it has the skull, but they have the ones without the skull as well, and it's the same brush anyway. I'm going in with this sort of orangey shade, like burned ombre. It's a shade I really like because it's between orange and brown almost, like clayish. And at least for my complexion, I really like the way it looks. If you are paler than me, then this shade might be a bit stronger, but it's still a very nice shade. And if you're darker than me, then the color shows, but it might not give the same effect as you might want. And then actually I would personally, if I were darker, go in with, if I was doing this makeup on my mother, who is quite a few steps darker than me, I would use the red one that is next to this shade actually. So, and now we can just blend the edges as much as possible. Blending it upwards, and if you find that you need more shade, then obviously dip your pencil back in the pan. Now I'm done with the upper half and I am gonna concentrate on the lower. I'm going in with the same shade as I put all over the lid, and I'm going to concentrate that on the bottom half. And I like a lot. This is personal. If you like a little or none, then obviously you skip this step and use a smaller brush. If you want a little, then obviously always try to somehow connect it with the upper shading. Well, not always. Sometimes if you do a wing liner, you may not actually want to connect it this much. Sometimes you kind of want a more sharper, I don't know, corner, no, not corner, line between the bottom half and the upper. But today I'm not going to do a liner. This look is very nice with a liner, so if you want to add liner to it, go ahead and do it. Now I'm going to go in with the red one, which is a dark red one obviously. And I'm going to switch the brush to a thinner one. It's a concealer brush actually, and the number is 403, again from Makeup Store. I've just tapped on a little, and I'm going to concentrate that more on the line. So tapping it first, and then I'm moving the brush back and forth. Because I'm not going to use any kind of liner today, not a wing liner, not a liner on the water line or anything like that. So I am sort of marking my lower lash line with this red shade instead. And now I tilted the brush to this side to sort of blend it into the orange a bit more. And the same on the next eye. I've just realised, I hope I haven't been holding the mirror in front of my face so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Hopefully I won't have to film this again if I have. There we go. And there. And yeah, if you want to make it darker, go ahead and make it darker. If you are happy with this way and want to add a liner or just mascara, go ahead and do that. I am using a bit of the red one and going in right in the corner and right up the crease, but just a little to sort of just give more of a shadow there than colour. And at the same time, this little colour will be connecting with what we added on the lower bottom and sort of give a more what is it called? Why am I forgetting all my words in English? Give a more, not clean look, but cohesive look. That's not the word either. Either, I never know which one to use. That's what happens when English is your third language. I mean, people who taught you, the ones who taught me anyway, talked differently during different grades in school, so years in school. Yeah. So my English is a mix of what they taught me and what you hear on telly and things like that. These are the eyes done for me. I'm not gonna add any mascara today. Actually, I'm giving my eyes rest from mascara because it's Saturday and on the weekends, well, no, not always on the weekends, but this weekend I'm sort of not using mascara. That's done for the eye. No, I'm not done at all. That was a small little lie. I just realized I haven't used, oh, I'm using this one, which may not be showing, but it is shimmery. I'm going to use that one on my inner corner. I'm taking a little, this is actually a lip pencil, lip small, the number is 604, again is from Makeup Store. And where, at least in my eyes, I have natural sort of lightness in the corner, I am tapping it on exactly where that lightness hits, or is, because then I'm going in with a slightly darker shade actually, to sort of diffuse the brightness of this into the other eyeshadows. So just adding this in the corners, and then I'm going in with this one, which is, it looks very goldish in the screen, I think. And it's more of a bronzy, not bronzy, rusty gold. And I'm putting it right above it and onto my lid and upwards, and sort of blending it where it meets the lighter shade. Hopefully you can at least see if you don't understand what I'm trying to say. And now I'm going back with the lighter one to just tap that on, and mix upwards and downwards and outwards and all over the place basically. Mix, mix, mix. There. And cheeks. Now, I don't have any contour shade from the Makeup Store, which I only wanted to use Makeup Store products, but that's not gonna happen because I don't have any contour shade for that. I need to get one though, or I want to get one rather. So I'm going with the Infinity palette by Linda Hallberg, and I'm going to use the shade Cigar, which is that one down there. I do apologise for the state of my nails. They are sort of, well, I'm getting them done today. And chisel those cheeks. I don't like to do sharp contouring, so I'm not going to basically. But I like a little, and a little for me is this. Into the compact powder, the shade is Chocolate, and the brush is, oh, I forgot to give you the brush for this one. It is the foundation medium brush. It's 402 the number, in case you were looking for it. And the brush I'm using for the compact powder is number 400, and it's just named Powder. Again, all the brushes so far anyway have been from Makeup Store. Most likely they will all be from Makeup Store. And I sort of put it where I did the contour line, just above it, so it just goes both beneath, sort of in the middle of it, so it just goes above and beneath of it. This shade is sort of to warm up my face a bit, so I kind of use it like a bronzer. So the perimeters of my face, I tend to go on my ear as well. Down the cheeks, by the jawline. underneath, slightly underneath. If you follow me, you know that I've been to makeup store a few times to get my makeup done. Usually it's Ardita who does it. And I really like how she, well, I mean, she's a makeup artist. She works with TV personalities and famous people here in Sweden, so sometimes she's not here in Växjö, which my camera's running out of space, so hopefully I will have time to finish this. I am using the blush shade Peach and the blush large brush, and the number is 500. And I do need a mirror for this, or maybe I can use the viewfinder. I don't really have a method, I just apply it where I feel like it on the day. Higher up than lower down, because if you put it lower down you're dragging your entire cheek down, obviously. But sometimes I like it more centered, sometimes I like it less centered, and it's just sort of the mood. I like putting some on my nose in the summer because it sort of becomes more as if it's part of the tan, and the sun is keep coming out. Lips is all I have left. No highlighter to this look because we're keeping it as natural as possible, even though the eyes sort of have a darker shade, but it's still going to be sort of a summer freshness to it. I like nude lips a lot. I like darker nudes and purpley nudes. I mean, my favorite shades are these three. Beauty Mark, Confident and Embellishment from NYX. I like red shades, I like darker shades, darker browns, blacks, purples, blues, but these three are sort of my favorites. I'm going to go with Beauty Mark today. Now, this works for my style. If you think this shade is too dark, then obviously use something more neutral, maybe a pink, maybe sort of more of a coral look. Depending on your complexion, what works for you and what you find comfortable matching to your personal style. Those are the lips. I am using the Wonder Powder in Mojave. That's my shade. Now, if you're lighter or darker, obviously you use that. They have sort of shimmery shades as well, makeup stores, so if you want a more shimmery look, am I using the correct brush? Yes, I am. This one is another powder brush, the same as the last one, but it's another for me, because I don't mix them. I don't mix the brushes per product, because I'm weird like that. Even if the brush is clean, a brush is for one thing and the other brush is for another. It just, that's how I am. To take some shine away,